Hey, Jason here from Simply Swider. If your Whirlpool Duet washer is flashing error codes like F21, SUD, or F22, don't panic. I'm going to show you exactly how to fix these issues yourself. Most people think these codes mean their control board is fried or they need a whole new machine, but honestly, about 70% of the time, it's something simple you can fix yourself for free or under 50 bucks. Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group. Links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. Here's the thing about duet error codes. They sound scary, but most aren't what they seem. The machine's basically telling you it can't complete a function, but that doesn't mean the part doing that function is broken. We're going to work from simplest to most complex because about 45% of the time it's a drain blockage, 25% it's detergent oversuds messing with the sensors, and only about 5% of the time is it actually a failed control board. The duet uses pressure sensors and communication between multiple boards. So anything that disrupts water flow or electrical signals triggers these codes. Most common mistake I see is people replacing expensive boards when the real problem is a sock in the drain filter. You'll see codes like F21, F9E1, or E01 when your washer can't drain properly. What's happening is the machine gives the drain pump 8 minutes to empty the tub, and if there's still water after that, it throws the code and stops. Most of the time, there's something blocking the filter or the pump itself. Here's what you'll do. This takes about 10 to 15 minutes. First, unplug the machine and locate your drain pump filter. On most duets, you'll need to remove the lower front panel or sometimes the back panel depending on your model. Have some towels ready because you're going to get residual water when you pull that filter out. Unscrew the filter counterclockwise and check for socks, coins, or hair ties. I pulled everything from earrings to kids' toys out of these things. If the filter's clean, listen to the pump when it tries to drain. If it hums but doesn't move water, the pump motor's likely burned out. Also check the check valve in the discharge hose. Um, Sometimes it gets stuck shut and won't let water flow out even with a good pump. You'll see SUD SD or F0E2 codes when there's too much foam in the tub. What's happening is the SUDs prevent the pump from moving water properly and confuse the pressure sensor that monitors water levels. Here's what you're going to do. First, check if you can actually see foam in the drum through the door. If there's visible SUDs, run a clean washer cycle with no detergent to break them down. The real fix is switching to she-only detergent and using much less than you think. Just 1 tablespoon for a full load. That's about the size of a quarter when poured. Don't use regular detergent or those thick no splash bleaches, they'll create suds lock every time. If you're not seeing foam but getting the code, check the pressure sensor tube for gunk buildup. You'll see F22, FDL, F5E2, or FDU codes when the machine can't verify the door is locked. You'll notice the lock tries to engage 6 times with audible clicks, then gives up. What's happening is either the door isn't aligned properly to hit the latch or the solenoid inside the lock assembly has failed. Here's what you're going to do. First, check if the door is sagging by seeing if you need to lift it slightly to close it properly. If the door's misaligned, the latch won't hit the striker and the machine won't lock. If alignment looks good, you'll need to test the door lock assembly itself. To get to it, you'll have to remove the bellows retainer ring, that spring-loaded clamp that holds the door seal. The lock assembly has 3 wires, and you can test the solenoid with a multimeter for continuity. You'll see codes like F8, E2, F06, or F11 when there's a communication problem between boards. These are often intermittent, they'll come and go randomly. Vibration from high-speed spin cycles may loosen wiring connections over time, and moisture in the dispenser area might cause pins to corrode. Here's what you can often do. Start by unplugging the machine and checking the wiring harnesses you can see depending on the vehicle. Look for green or rusty spots on the metal pins or connections that feel loose when you wiggle them. Clean any corroded pins with fine sandpaper or contact cleaner, then reseat all the connections firmly. The dispenser motor is especially prone to this because of its location. If you've got a multimeter, check continuity through each wire in suspect harnesses. You'll see codes like F01, F1E1, F11, or F28 when there's actually a problem with the central control unit or motor control unit. The machine might be completely unresponsive or the display might not communicate with the main board. What's happening is internal relay failure or corrupted memory on the logic boards, usually from power surges. Here's what you're going to do. Before you replace anything, try a hard reset first. Unplug the machine for a full 5 minutes to clear any glitches. If the code comes right back after checking all the mechanical stuff we covered, then you might actually have a bad board. When handling these boards, always use static protection. Touch a grounded metal surface like a water pipe before touching the board, or wear an anti-static wrist strap to prevent expensive damage from static electricity. Board replacement should often be your last resort after eliminating everything else, depending on the vehicle. Let's talk about what these parts actually cost and whether it's worth fixing yourself. Most of the mechanical fixes we covered are either free or pretty reasonable, but there's some strategy to when you should attempt a repair versus calling someone or just replacing the machine. Drain filter cleaning costs you nothing but time. Highest misdiagnosis risk because people skip this and replace the pump. Drain pumps run 60 to 120 at places like Repair Clinic, moderate DIY difficulty. Door lock assemblies are 75 to 130, pretty straightforward if you can handle the bellows clamp. Pressure sensor hoses are free to clean, but if the sensor itself is bad, you're looking at 40 to 60 bucks. Here's the thing. Wiring harness issues have extreme misdiagnosis risk because people immediately blame the boards. Contact cleaner costs 15 bucks and fixes most of these problems. Control boards are where it gets expensive. CCU boards run 200 to 450, MCU boards 150 to 300. The verification method for each part is different. Visual inspection for filters and wiring, alignment check for door locks, airflow test for pressure hoses. Most people get this wrong and replace expensive parts first. Different Duet models have specific quirks you need to know about. Standard Duets don't have front access panels, so you're pulling the back panel or lifting the whole machine to get to the drain filter. That's why maintenance gets skipped. Duet Sport models are notorious for door lock failures, specifically the solenoid burning out and throwing F22 codes constantly. The HE models are super sensitive to detergent type. Even He compatible isn't good enough, it's gotta be He only. Direct drive duets have the dispenser motor right where moisture collects, so F8E2 communication errors are really common on those. The newer models with the front coin trap door are way easier to maintain, but if you got an older model without front access, you're looking at a lot more work just to clean the filter. That's how you tackle duet error codes. Start simple with the drain filter and detergent check, then work your way through door alignment and wiring connections. Most of the time, you'll find the problem in those first few steps. Run that clean washer cycle monthly and use proper HE detergent to help prevent many of these issues. If you guys know someone who's having appliance troubles, please send them the link to this video or a link to my channel where I have tons of other videos showing how to fix pretty common issues with appliances, sometimes for free or as little cost as possible. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this saved you a service call, hit that like button and tell me which fix worked for you in the comments below. Your specific experience helps other viewers know which solution to try first for their exact error code. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.